Welcome everyone to GrayManPrepping, and it's going to be another fun, fantastical night of Tactical Tuesday, tactics, gear, and more. And tonight's topic is something none of us want to hear right now. Start planning for winter now. How's everybody doing? Wow. Oh, ow. So if nobody was watching what was going on earlier today over on my other channel, started a live stream at 5 o'clock this morning, and I froze, Mountain Time. So, and it ran for about 6 hours, 6 hours and 20 minutes, something like that. And that was doing the concrete pour, and we figured out it was going to take 24 and a quarter yards of concrete, and he went ahead and ordered 27. Good thing he did, because the second truck they shorted it on, and so with the first and third truck having full 9 yards on there, it barely got the job done. So let's jump in here, see who's all here, and welcome them and say thank you to them. So first one in was CR from North of the Border, Creative Redundancy. Then Where to Begin Homestead came in, followed by Mary Beth Smith. Then Gear Grinding 19. And then my buddy Sheriff Walt Rogers popped in here. Kaylin Strain is in the house. And let's see who else. Tibor's in the house. Hey, Tibor. And everybody's chit-chatting to each other and doing good. All right. So we got what? Wow. Okay, the number went up to 9 and then dropped back down to 8. So somebody came in for a second and goes, I'm out of here. So yeah, right now I'm a little cattywampus on my stuff here. Usually I have my other computer over there set up with YouTube YouTube going, and I'll type my comments in over there. But seeing how I was editing, starting about 3 hours ago, started editing a video, and it's taken 6 hours down to 45 minutes. It takes about 5 hours to run through it as it compresses everything to do it. So that one's tied up. If I try using YouTube on it, YouTube's gonna lock up. The editing software is gonna lock up because it takes a lot of the power of the computer, for the video card to do it. And we got Nate Mitch came in. Hey Nate, how's it going? All right, so what I'm looking for tonight, I got some ideas, and I want you guys to feed me ideas of what you think anyone could possibly should be doing for starting planning for the winter now. All right, so let's go over here and okay, when we talk winter, especially for those up in here in the northern states, one of the first things that pops to mind is snow. No, not snow. And all the things that go along with snow and getting ready for it, which means keeping an eye on your favorite spot to get your ice melt, making sure your snow chains, cables, whatever you use, haven't rusted away over the summertime from all the salt and stuff on them, and making sure you don't have to go out and buy another set when the first snow hits and pay twice as much money. So if you need snow chains, now's probably a good time to go ahead and get them on Amazon or from O'Reilly or wherever you get them from, so you can get them at a good price. And let's see. So the next one here. Also, those of us up in the northern states need firewood if you have a fireplace or a wood-burning stove. Unfortunately, Kaylin doesn't have anything to put chains on, and she doesn't have anything to put firewood into or any place to store it. She's in an apartment, so she works on other things to get ready for winter. Which just reminded me of something I don't have on the list here. My daughter, when she was going to the university, got those little things that clipped onto over the shoes. It had cleats on it, so she wouldn't slip on the ice. All right, Caitlin has a little twig stove. All right, so we got Steve here lurking. Thank you, Steve, for coming in. And Steve, if you want to come up at any time, just say, hey, drop the link, and I'll drop the link for you. In fact, I'm going to drop the link here in a minute anyways for anybody else, CR or anybody else that wants to come up here. All righty. So the next one here, those that use fuel oil to heat their houses. Okay, so Caitlin says she's got those ice cleats. Good. Fuel oil. I don't know how many people need fuel oil to heat their houses. A lot of people are getting away from fuel oil and putting propane heaters in and getting propane tanks next to their houses to feed the propane heaters. But then certain municipalities have a minimum requirement as how close it can be to the house unless you bury it and put it in a box. Ah, Steve's being put to work. Homework, that is. All righty. So, all right. Kaylin had to say backup heat for our inside apartment. Something she needs to figure out. Okay, Kaylin, this is going to be a case of better to beg forgiveness than ask permission. One of those little Mr. Buddy heaters and a bunch of those little small propane bottles that you can smuggle in without anybody there knowing you have it. The other thing is if you lose heat to the place, but you still have power, space heaters, that's something else that, maybe is space heaters and stuff. So, yeah, and then Gear says, Mr. Buddy, yeah, Mr. Buddy. And actually, I got to get a different type of Mr. Heater, a bigger one for out in the shop out there. They'll heat the bigger area. And I'm going to get, I'm thinking about heading down and getting one of the 100-pound propane bottles or a couple of those and get those filled up and put in the shop so I can use it to heat the shop up out there. Because during this winter time, I'm going to spend a little time out there insulating it. And I'm also going to try to start insulating it as soon as I can. Get that once the concrete's all done and everything else is done, and I start getting money from my retirement back into the checking account, I'm going to start spending it on insulating and the OBS for doing the shop on the inside so it doesn't get quite so cold out there. Yeah. A mini propane heater. There are several smaller ones. If you look on, I know Amazon is the place to go, but you can check to see if you can find it cheaper elsewhere. They have some smaller heaters that screw onto the top of those. They aren't as big as the Mr. Heater, but the Mr. Heater is so good because just about all the Mr. Heaters now have a oxygen sensor on it. So if the O2 level drops in the apartment, it shuts off. Tina Weber came in. Hey, Tina. So, yeah. I do have a Mr. Heater here in my wife's office over here. So in case, because basically the wood-burning stove is at the other end of the house. And so sometimes it gets cooler back here, and I'll fire that up sometimes just to heat the back side of the house here up a little bit. Just to take the chill off of it. Okay. Brenda's here with Duncan 1900 Homestead. And did I say Mary Beth Smith? I thought I said Mary Beth. If I didn't, I'm bad. Okay, yeah, carbon monoxide sense, but things if you're asleep and it doesn't wake you up, it's good to have one of the heaters that'll shut down. Alrighty, so let's go to the next one here. So, fuel, whether it's for fuel, oil, propane, whatever you're going to need to heat with as a backup, or your primary, or both. So those are the things you need to work on it. You already said her name. I thought so. I have a brain fart. Hey, I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning, and it's now 8 o'clock here. And that's 4 o'clock when I got out of bed. I woke up about 2:30 and couldn't get back to sleep, worrying about making sure everything was ready for the concrete pour this morning. Hey, Q's in the house. Hey, Q. Once the concrete arrived and we got the first pour done, and the weather service says, we're pushing back the rain till after 5 o'clock. The stress that went out of my body was phenomenal. Jay, what time is it where you're at now, though? So, yeah. So I'm getting things a little fuzzy here. So I'm going to need help here a little bit. All right, good. Kaylin has an electric space heater. Something else to figure out, folks. If your windows, you get slight breeze around the windows and stuff, and if you don't get slight breeze around your windows, you can get stuff to put over the window opening and stuff to seal the air in there and make it act as another insulating buffer zone. 9. Okay, so you've been up longer than I have, Jay. But I didn't get to bed till after midnight anyway, so yeah, I'm running on like 2.5 hours of solid sleep, and the rest of it's a couple hours of snoozing there. So your windows and stuff, that's where you're going to lose a lot of heat. Yep. CR has it there. Heavy curtains, which is really kind of cool. Brings up my wife about a month ago down in California, found at a garage sale or an estate sale or something, a bunch of the blackout curtains, the heavy blackout curtains. So she's going to be bringing those up, and they're going to fit in between in the living room and the front room there where they got those the indoor garden, the one right next to it, but it's got the kind of like the mini bay window thing set up. We can get those in there to help close that down, and then if needed, we're going to get a 7-foot rolling Valance insulator rolls down. Yeah, cool. All right, so I'm gonna. I got two things on this. So this one here, so one, seal it up with the plastic so that you don't have air coming in, and then different things you do. People have made quilted things. They hang up there and just roll the quilted ones down. Yeah. The other thing too you can do. Do I got it over here? Yeah. Okay. Hang on 1 second while I grab it and show it to you. All right, so I'm going to change screen size here for a minute. Let's just slide over here. So if Dave was here, Dave would be, from Southern Ohio Prep, talking about this stuff here. This is the Mylar stuff over the bubble pocket stuff for your car windshields. Yeah, for the windshield. It's upside down there. These work great. If you can get hold of some of these, they work great in there as well, and they really insulate the windows. Um, and Tina says it made her house so much warmer than standard curtains. Yeah. Kaylin, actually, where I found the rods for these windows in here, they're adjustable rods that twist lock and stuff together. You have you get it spread it out and lock it in place, and it has a screw thing so you can put tension on it. Was Wally World, and they had all sorts of sizes there. They had some ones that were up to like 6 foot long. So that was it. Yeah, rugs as tapestries to block the walls and stuff. Moving where'd it go? It jumped on me here. Jay, you don't even go get them at U-Haul because U-Haul charge you some ridiculously insane amount. Just run down to Harbor Freight. They go on sale. They go on sale all the time, and they got 2 different sizes there. They got the big one, which is 80 inches by 40 inches or something like that, or 80 by 60. And they got the smaller ones too. So, and now they have a different brand as well that is a little bit thicker than the ones they used to carry. So, yeah. And yes, and like Tina said, you can also find rods at Ace Hardware, but the ones at Ace Hardware here were like 3 times the cost of the exact same ones at Wally World. And we got Uncle Al in the house. Hey, Al. All righty, so let's go to the next picture. Let's change back here. Boom. And go to the next picture here. Okay, I think I've run that banner enough. Everybody coming in knows that. I think everybody's coming in is a subscriber, anyways. So I'm going to drop that off and get back up here. All right, so the next one here to think about: how many of you are planning on soups and warm type comfort foods for the wintertime? And this is a double fold one here because this is going to be a shout out for Wide Family Farm. Some of you in here know about the Wide Family Farm weight loss contest, isn't it? And here's Howie. Hey Howie, how you doing? And so I've been looking around at some soups and stuff that have low calories, but more importantly, low carbs, because it's the carbs that turns to the sugars, which actually goes to fat more than just calories do. So anyways, soups. Look into your favorite soups, and if you're trying to lose weight or keep weight off during the holiday season, some soups are a great way to do that. And Josh is in the house at Skinner Farms. So, and let's see here. I'm going to go to the next one here, and that's it. So those are some of the ideas I had. Oh, Brenda, you got me on that one. Oh, I gotta put that. Oh man. All right, so let me go ahead and drop it in here. And actually, I need to do that. Drop that down over there and throw it in here. There we go. There it is. All righty, so there's the link going in. Man, the one side's just jumping here. I'm not sure what's going on, if it's going to show up right here. Let's see, put it up there. There it is. Okay, that's coming in finally. Yes. Tibor, that Merino wool base layer stuff, I got a bunch of thermals, tops and bottoms that are cotton liner on the inside and the Merino wool over that. Oh, those are so nice. I'd like the cotton is some really really nice cotton layer on the inside, and with the wool over it, it's just amazingly warm. Yeah. And the thing is, if you do things smartly, you can get several pair. So you can layer several pairs. So you don't get the really expensive ones. You get a couple of the lighter ones. All of a sudden, you are 2 pairs of the long johns, and then you pull on the jeans or whatever, and you pull on the work coveralls over that, and you got plenty of layers, and you can stay nice and warm, and then you can peel stuff off if you start getting too warm. And something over on the side here. All right. Let's see. Any other ideas, folks, that you can think of stuff we might need to start doing now, getting ready? So give me a second. Layering is important, blah, blah, blah. Yep. So one of the things that I was thinking about, especially for my tractor out in the, going to be out in the shop there, is one of those, it's a ceramic heating lamp. So there's no light for it, but it's a ceramic lamp. And I have that mounted on a block and stuff, and I slide it underneath my tractor. So it's sitting about 2 inches below the oil pan. And it's only a 250 watt little heater. So I set it up, and if I'm going to be needing it in the morning, I will put it on a timer so it comes on about 2 hours before I'm going to need it. That way the oil pan starts heating up. And Steve, you have been watching a Suspicious Observers. When the poles flip a little bit more, Southern California is going to be the new North Pole. You guys are going to get 6 feet of snow all the time. I'm just teasing Steve. I love Steve. He's a great guy. So I got one of these little heaters to go underneath the engine block, because I tried to get one of those magnetic ones, and they stamped the oil pan so the magnet ones won't stick on there, and it was sticking on only halfway, and so the parts that wasn't touching it overheated and fell apart. That's when you move, okay. That's when Steve uses his bug out bag. When the poles go bloop, and all of a sudden it gets really, really cold, then he'll move it. Oh, yes, good point. If you have a snowblower and it's a gasoline-powered one, make sure you change the oil in it and fire it up and make sure it's running good. And get that, like that. If you got any electric one, make sure it starts up, make sure everything's working right on it, nothing's rubbing or anything else. And Josh has a good point. Windshield washer fluid, not normal windshield washer fluid, the stuff for freezing temps. Because even in Southern California, if you head up to the Grapevine to go to the snow, you're going to want the antifreeze windshield washer fluid, so you don't go and it's going to have your windshield ice up when you're trying to clean it. And then, of course, regular antifreeze. Make sure you, if it's time for your service on your car, make sure you get that serviced. Make sure, your car kit, those of you have cars. Make sure you update it, take it, the stuff from the summer to the winter stuff in your car. So, and the thing is always, some people take it for some reason. I don't know why. In the summertime, they take out their little folding shovel. And it's like, well, wait a minute, that should stay in there for the summer too, because if you get off in the sand or the mud, you get stuck. And wintertime, you need that for getting out of the snow. So that's one of those things that should stay in there anyway. Yes, take your power washer inside where it's warm. And if you have, like me, you have some of those battery-powered hose timers, bring those in. All right, I had them out in the shop. Thought I had them all drained out. One had a little bit of water in it, and that water froze and split the side on it. So I lost the $42 timer. But yeah, so they will be coming into the house this time. I'll have a plastic tote. I'll put them all those timers and stuff in, and keep it in the wife's office over here. What else we got here? Prepping to endure. How's it going? And I froze. Yeah, even I shook my timers and everything out, and nothing was coming out. Evidently, there was some water trapped in there somewhere, and that's what froze. The other 4 didn't freeze and were okay, but that one froze and just ticked me off no end. All right, what else can we do to get prepared to get ready for wintertime? If you're in an area where sometimes you get stuck in your house, do you have some videos set aside for the wintertime? So for first one, go down like to Walmart to their it's no longer a $5 bin, it's an $8 bin for videos, for the DVDs and stuff. Grab some you haven't seen yet. Grab some comedy, some goofball ones too, and save them for the wintertime. So, all right, yeah. Make sure you got stuff in the car. All right, clothes, blankets. What's that? Oh, there's the other one. T-Bird says his back porch is set to be enclosed with plexiglass. Keeps the wind and snow off the porch and the back door. Yeah. Right now, I'm working with the guy that's doing my the contractor doing my concrete. He's getting the name of a couple guys that do steel awnings, but covers. So the new porch, new patio that he poured back here, and get a guy in to put covering over it, so the snow and rain and stuff won't blow up against the laundry room door or the kitchen door. Because sometimes when we get that wind coming straight from the north, snow will pack up against it and melt and kind of come in. And so we want to keep stuff away from it. And getting a lot of good ideas here. But I do also have coming next week, rain gutters with heating elements being installed next week. So that'll help out for a lot of the ice problem I get down on the patio and stuff. All right. Okay, Kaylin has a good point. She never took it out of her get home bag, the hand warmers. But if you don't have hand warmers and stuff, put them in there. Yeah. Even if you're up cold where, like I got a freezer out there in the shop. But if I start heating up the shop, I can't count on the cold weather keeping it cold if the power goes out. Which brings it to the next thing. Generators. If you have a generator, have you started it up yet? Have you checked the fuel on it? Have you added the stay bill to the fuel? I know it's expensive right now, but hey, it might be a good idea to run it for a couple hours and then check the oil to see what the oil looks like after it cools down. A lot of generators don't have hour meters on them. So, if you're running it, you need to write down I started at 7 o'clock, turned it off at 9:30, 2.5 hours, and keep track of it. Generators should have their oil changed on it every 50 to 80 hours. All right. So that's something else on generators. And then Uncle Al talks about rain barrels. But, hey, you could be down in Texas. You still need to empty your rain barrels because Texas got a freeze. And from what my wife is saying, what she's been looking up, we're supposed to have not quite as cold as we did last year with so many days below zero temperatures, but we're supposed to get a lot more snow, and it's going to be in more areas. So areas that generally don't get snow could be getting snow, where normally they get down to, we get down to 38, but nothing ever freezes here. Well, they're going to get down to 28, and things are going to freeze. Yeah. Check out your boots and stuff and your rain gear. Make sure that you didn't wind up with a split seam somewhere on it that needed to be repaired. And since, I'll get this later during the summertime and you forgot about it. Also, umbrellas. Check your umbrella. Froze. Yeah, I'm freezing. It's cold here. Somebody if you have kids and stuff, someone could have had one that was turned inside out and they got it back and everything's all bent up and monkeyed around and they just put it in the closet. Okay, let's get it catches. Yeah, change all your go bags, your get home bags, everything. Make sure you have proper seasonal clothing in those. Yeah, the internet's been doing a lot of things. Yesterday, both StreamYard and Melon were acting up. So, yeah, there was a lot of geomagnetic current going yesterday, and it screwed up a little bit of my StreamYard yesterday when I tried running the one recording there. And then Courtney had problems on hers. Yeah. Waterproofing and what stuff you wear, and include if you wear leather boots, get your mink oil out and soak them good in the mink oil to keep the stuff out. Oh, CR, make sure your car heater is working. You've been cranking out that AC all summer long. Does the heater still work? All right. Actually, what's funny is the ice melt stuff would come out and be short supply, and Costco had the best price of anywhere. And in March, they got another pallet in, and I snagged 6 bags of it. So I still have 5 bags out here. So I'm set for a little while. And with the new patio end, it's nice and smooth, and the driveway, I can use my new Snow Joe electric blower to get all the snow off of there and not have to use very much ice melt at all. Yeah, keep your fuel on full, your vehicle fuel on full. Okay. Yeah, the generator set should run smoothly. Under load, no load, half load. It should be good. Be doing good. Tina, I'm jealous. I am so jealous. Tina has a whole house generator and run it every 15 minutes. Send diagnostics to the server tech so they can come out and do anything. Mate, cool. She has one of those nice ones. I bet that's a Generac, isn't it? And So 0 degrees Celsius is minus 17 Fahrenheit. Let's see if I can get caught up here. What do we got going on here? Tibor says his low tonight was supposed to be 59, then warm up. Probably the cold front, low 49. Gotta love Ohio. Okay, actually, let me take a quick look here. Right now, hit refresh again. Okay, the low tonight is 51, high 73 tomorrow, low 50 tomorrow. Thursday, high 64, low 48 on Thursday. High 65, low 45 on Friday. High 62 on Saturday, low 43 Saturday night. Sunday, low is 42. Monday, holy crap. Monday night, the low is 38. And I got concrete coming 5 o'clock Monday morning, and the low's 42. So I got to get with the guy and see if maybe he wants to add 1% calcium to the mix to get it to where it'll set up a little bit quicker, because they were out here a little bit longer than they wanted to be because it was so cool. The concrete took longer to set up. And Al's warning us of the snowpocalypse. Come on here. You had to ask that question, and I froze again. Prepping Director's question made me think about this. If you have a generator, whatever the kilowatts are on it, do not, say it's at 8,000 kilowatts, do not run more than 6,000 watts on it. You don't want to run it at full draw on the generator, even though 6,000 is still considered full load, because you will get that much draw on it. It wears out, not only it puts extra stress on the engine and the generator unit itself. If you have a power station, aka solar generator, which they're not a generator, a power station that is solar charged or plug-in charged combination there, don't use wattage more than 2/3 what the battery is rated for. You could have a 1,500 watt inverter on there and a 500 watt hour battery. So you don't want to run more than 350 watts on that constantly, because it basically drains the battery in such a way that it damages the battery. Okay. Hey, Suburban Hillbilly. Yes. Check on elders, shut-ins, those either in your church or those you just know, relatives, and make sure everyone in your family has updated their phone numbers. Back when I worked for Homeland Security, we had some idiots. It seems like every time they changed their underwear, they changed their phone and got a new phone and a new phone number. I mean, seriously, some of these people, is like every other month they're having to give us new contact information and new emergency contact information, because their emergency contact person changed their phone number too. Update predicting 36 to 40 inches in Iowa. Oh, okay. Let's see what we got going on here. All right. All right. Here's a point. Jay uses for leather stuff, uses the, I can't pronounce, Atco Snow Seal. Okay. Gunslinger Outdoors. And he says, find non-ethanol gas. Yes. ethanol acts up in really cold weather. Yes, non-clumping cat litter, and also make sure even some of the non-clumping cat litter says not to use for on snow, because when it gets to the snow, it turns to slime. Yeah, or those that have filters you can replace. I got a Toyota Tundra that has a filter, but you can't get in there to replace it. They got to go in and they got to disassemble the dash to do it. Yeah, and don't forget your air filter and everything else. Make sure your radiator is clean and working properly. Yeah. Yeah, if you have the put a tarp over your car and it snows, you pop the bungees and you pull it all off. If you don't have a tarp on it, your windshield wiper blades, lift them up at night. That way when the snow gets on there, it doesn't melt, melt on the windshield, run down and freeze the blades to the window, and you can scrape it all off easy. Got good information here. CR is correcting what he wrote earlier. 0 degrees Fahrenheit is minus 17 Celsius. Okay. I thought that sounded a little weird. All right. What else we got here? All right. Caitlin's going to get warmer and cool down. And I froze twice there for a second. Okay. All right. I'm just checking here. Yeah, I've added, so basically I got the one big one on the shop here. I'm showing a lot of my snapshots and stuff. I have one on the back door by the laundry room, and I added one on the front door, so I can see what the temperature difference is this winter from one side of the house to the other. So I know there's a temperature difference. I just didn't know what it is. Welcome, everybody. Say welcome to Gene. Cool. Welcome. Hope you enjoy the live stream here and pick up some information from us and all the great people in the side chat. There are some great channels in the side chat too. All right, let me see if I can get caught. I'm way behind on the side chat. Got to get caught up. Howie's going. Good night. Good night, Howie. That's Food Forest Permaculture. And okay, so Agostina is beeswax, coated, heated up with dryer, pours in the leather, opens up, soaks it up. Okay, cool. Yeah. But I find out that if you lift it up, you can also, if you don't want to lift it up all the way, save your toilet paper rolls and coat them with wax or whatever so they don't absorb water. But use that as a block to lift up the arm just a little bit so the blade comes a little bit off the window and doesn't make contact so it can't freeze on there. I bet I'm way behind here. I've caught fall. Okay, there I'm caught back up. Yeah. Yeah. 1.5 inches is plenty. Yeah. Or paper towel rolls, or shoot. All right. I'm trying to figure out how to say this without offending people. Those little plastic tubes that certain feminine hygiene products come in, save those and make your guys use them to keep the blades off the glass. They're plastic. They don't absorb water. Yep, we already covered chains, Al. Oh, also for your windshields, don't forget to put your Rain-X on there. And if you get the good Rain-X that works on ice too, so much the better. And Caitlin has a piece of advice. The super ones, since they are the biggest. All right, figure that out. You blanket in your car, and not, I would recommend, take this for what it's worth, getting a couple of those nice little wool blankets from Harbor Freight and a couple of the Mylar blankets with it. Now, the last time I checked the Harbor Freight website, they didn't have any space blankets, Mylar blankets listed for Harbor Freight. Where did I find it at? Was it I think I found it at Home Depot. Had some on their website. Yeah, definitely love wool blankets. We got a couple extra ones in our bedroom, plus all the quilts and all the other fun stuff we have in there. And Michelle, I think she meant to say change wiper blades to winter ones. Yeah, she did. The next one she said change. Yeah. So, and actually, I found a really, we had a problem, my wife and I, traveling from California to Idaho here, and coming over the Donner Pass. You get a wet, freezing snow, and the wipers would, the space in the wipers for all the flexing and everything else would get that wet stuff in there, and it would start freezing up, and so your windshield wipers wouldn't work. Thanks, Gunslinger. So, let's see here. We'll put that out there again. So I hunted around, and I found up here in Idaho at O'Reilly Auto Parts, one made by Bosch that it was all encased. It was made for snow packing against it and still flexing and throwing the snow off. And so that's what I got on my truck. And the last 2 years, it's been great on keeping it clean. And my wife just hasn't wanted to spend the extra money, because she doesn't come up here that often in the wintertime. I keep telling her, buy a pair. When you're coming up here in the wintertime, take your other ones off, put those on, put the other ones in the trunk. Once you get back home, take them off, switch them back. That way they stay good, and you don't have to, buy them every year. We didn't talk about getting new. Talked about checking your old stuff, raincoats, umbrellas, boots, and stuff like that for leaks and stuff that needs repairs. And that's so. But if you need to get new stuff, look around for it now. I will say something here. I'm not going to. I may say the name of the company. I went to order a pair of boots online. I've been wearing the same size boots in Red Wing, good company, for 40 years. This other company is supposed to be a good company, well respected, begins with a D, and I ordered the same size I wear in my Red Wings. Well, almost the same size. Same thing and everything. They only had double E, they didn't have triple E. When I came, I put them on. The length on it was short. It was more like a 10 than an 11, and the double E was more like a D. It was friggin' so tight I couldn't wear it. So I had to send them back. Yeah. problem with putting stuff in a bucket. Certain states have laws against putting bags of ice and stuff in your trunk, anything weight down your trunk. Some friend of ours got around that. I know Pennsylvania was one of the ones that had that. They went and got fresh bags of kitty litter because they had a lot of cats, and they kept it in the trunk until they needed to bring it in the house. Auto truck start. Well, along that line, if you have a diesel and you're in a cold area, check to make sure that so they'll have the oil heater. You plug it in, heats up the oil, gets the oil warm. Check to make sure it's still working. So, because if it doesn't work, it may not work. I will neither confirm nor deny that, but it does begin with a D. And it was a great price, and they felt good. I mean, I could feel the workmanship. It was good, but they were small size, and they didn't have triple E. Of course, for those companies that buy it, I would probably have to buy quad E from them to get the right size width for my big feet. Yeah, Tina, there was my dad used to wear Red Wings forever and ever and ever, and then the company he was working at had this other company came in. I can't remember the brand. It was like a truck, like Snap-on drives around, to work. But this was a truck that drive around with all these shoes on it, and the company was paying 25% of the cost of the shoes if people got new work boots. And so he said, all right, he got a pair of them. He said they were very comparable to Red Wings. Great. I can't remember the name of it. Unfortunately, my dad passed away in 1989. So, but yeah, it was he was really happy with those. And I can't remember them. I haven't seen those around up here. I know they're in California, in the San Francisco Bay Area. And next time I'm done, I got to keep an eye out for it and hunt the guy down. Let's see, muck boots. Yeah. Oh, sandbags in vehicles. Problem is, certain states, sandbags is a no-no. Diesel engine heater, we talked about that. Keen, my wife wears Keens, but the Keens are narrow for me. Again, I need triple E, on the old-fashioned foot thing, you put your foot in and measure it, triple E. Otherwise, it hurts my feet. Fire start kit in the car. And if you're going to do the fire start kit, let me throw it back up here real quick. I had this up here from before. Come on, get over there. There it is. Amazon has a great deal on 50-pack lighters. And here we go. Going to share this. Disposable 50-pack, $13. Price goes up and down. Bic lighters for a 50-pack, $1 each, $49. Some of these others are 50 count for this one, $14. And then there are some of the ones here. The Clipper are refillable. So you get a 50-pack. It's cheaper than the Bics, and these are refillable. So you got all sorts of ones there to get on that there. So all sorts of ones here to do that. Fire kit is good, but if you can help it out with the lighters, and of course, let me catch back up here to the thing here. Jay, when I was going hunting, I have Rocky stalkers for hunting in. They were the only other one that came wide, actually extra wide for me. Hey, Green Granny, how's it going? All right. Muck boots, insulated. Yeah, Jay. Instead of a bookmobile, it's a bootmobile. It's a work boot, and it's a semi with a 20-foot trailer on it, or a 30-foot trailer. I've seen both of them around. Well, where is it? Almost. Now, actually, it was two of my scouts that doing it, Max and Jim. Size 16 quadruple E boots. Yeah, Bigfoot. Shalom, my friend. Everyone, say hello to the Jewish Redneck Prepper. All righty. Go ahead and drop that down. How to garden? Hey, Glenn, how's it going? And let's see, we're covering a lot of good ideas for getting ready here for winter. Things to plan for, get going. Oh, that's what I was going to show. Dang it. Fortunately, I didn't close that, so I can put it up here. Get back up here. So we're going to go Zippo. Plasma lighter. There we go. It's the insert, fits into your standard Zippo cases. You can get these other surplus cases. In fact, I gave away the Zippo insert and the surplus brand case, and it was Dustin King Poopah over at Wide Family. But they're and what's neat about these, they come with a charge cord. Those little power bank things you get for your charging your cell phones will charge the lighter up really quick too. Oh, backup lighting around, yes. So actually, let me grab it right here. My grandsons love these. I got 9 of them around here, and it works great. Unplug it, and it comes on automatically, and you can turn it off. The 2 youngest, they'll play with these for hours and hours, and I make them change them out after an hour. All right, go plug that one back in and get a different one. So they just work these. I mean, these are made by Energizer. I did a review on these when I got the 3-pack, and then I found the 6-pack cheaper. And actually, let me see if I can find that here real quick for you. Orders. Shoot, how long ago did I get that? It may have been 3 months ago, so I need to check it out here. It may have been older than that because I'm not seeing it back there. Hang on, I'm looking for it. Yeah, it was older than that, so I'm going to have to do a full search on it. Energizer. Rechargeable. There we go. Boom. All right, here we go. So last purchase. Okay, it's in July. Okay, it's $48 for the 6-pack, which is say $8 off getting 2 of the 3-packs. But yeah, these things are absolutely fantastic. I love them. I love them. I love them. And no, I don't get any sponsorship from them. Dang it. Yeah, my dad collected lighters, Rosinol, Zippos, and all those, and got me collecting lighters. And I got my dad's box of lighters and stuff that he'd collected when he passed away. And then my youngest son found it, and he's been buying Zippos, all the different ones and stuff. And he buys the big cans of fluid because he sits there while he's playing his games, flicking it on, off, while he's playing his games on the computer. And so, yeah, but he's being young, he knows it all, and he's a little stubborn, but he's starting to look at the Zippo plasma one. Okay. Pink mobile. That's there. Showed how to use it. Charge it. We charge. Okay. Cool. Cool. Oh, and CR Fire is off with something. Sterno. Yes, emergency stoves. And hey, Steph, it's Idaho Garden Girls in the house. All right, so Sterno, crap, just lost it here. Backpacking stoves and stuff. In case for emergency cooking, you can use those indoors. They're propane, just like naturally other puts off the same stuff, so they're just as good. Let's see here, which brings up the other one, and I can't think of it right now. So I'm going to just type in the. There it is. Okay, so I love these. The Fire Maple is it's actually I froze. I actually like it better than the Jet Boils. Look at the price on the Jet Boil. And the price on the Maple Fires, and the Maple Fires hold a little bit more water. And so that's what the Troop, when I inherited the Troop, had Jet Boils. I bought one of these, and the Troop, everybody in the Troop bought these, and the Jet Boils are just kept in the Troop boxes for the newbies. They don't have one, and just about everyone went ahead and bought one of these to do it. But yeah, these things are great. So. What do you need? Everybody's saying hi to Steph, and she's saying hi to everybody else. Oh, now I actually got to get with my internet thing and see if I can get them to find out how much it's going to increase to how much more it's going to cost to increase my upload volume. So it doesn't do that. Oh, wrong one. Yeah. Okay, it's Karen says use it. And you can find external cooking setups, and just the big catering ones too, the big cans and stuff, the big trays and stuff. They fill with water and have like a double boiler to keep the food warm and stuff. Those work great because once the external can's empty, it's still radiating heat from the water. Okay. Wow, been doing it for an hour, still coming up with good ideas, but I'm going to cut it off. I need to go to bed. I am so tired, and then from this morning and everything out there. For those of you that didn't see it, over on Camp Patton Family Compound, I did a live stream, started at 5 o'clock Mountain Time, and when it went till about 11:30. and for the concrete pour out there. And I've uploaded a few little shorts I took with my phone so I get close up on stuff. So anyways, if you don't want to watch the whole thing, give me a week. I'm editing one that's going to go for members only first. So the members only get a look at it for a week. Condense the 6 hours of footage I have down in, right now it's condensing down to 35 minutes. I'm going to speed up some of the spots up a little bit more. So it'll be down to 20 minutes for 6 hours in there. You see everybody doing it, and I do all the concrete work and everything else going on. And so that'll be coming out for members only in tomorrow. And then next Tuesday, it'll go to everybody else. So members are getting an early preview over on Camp Patton Family Compound. And like Steve, of course, they're trainers, and Courtney at Wide Family. It's only 99 cents a month to join our channels. All righty, folks. Thursday night here on GrayManPrepping at 11:55 Eastern Time will be the midnight run. And next week on Camp Patton is for the Monday night fireside chat. It's going to be Summer's Over. Are you done canning? And we're going to talk about other things you can besides what's coming out of your garden and ways to keep your garden going so you can keep canning that stuff too. Next Tuesday here is the topic is advice you should tell new preppers. Okay? Or those that say, I'm not want to be a prepper, but I need to get prepared. So advice you should be telling them. That's what we'll be talking about next Tuesday here on GrayManPrepping. So with that, everyone, stay happy no matter what life throws at you. Stay safe. Don't go out and do anything foolish. Keep adding to your preps. Water, number one thing. Food, medicine, equipment, canning gears, stoves, whatever, and skills. Add a lot of skills to your repertoire of tools. All righty. See y'all later.